Good morning. Another profitable live stream yesterday. If you fancy joining footballtradingprofits.com, just click on the link here at footballtradingprofits.com website. Have a read, sign up for the free trial offer 2025. We're in good form, and this is the time to profit from football from November to April because we start seeing embedded form lines. If you want to get a free trading course, well, just wait and sign up, and you'll get Premier League research in your inbox for tomorrow and Wednesday when the Premier League returns after an exciting cup weekend. Don't forget the YouTube channel, youtube.com/at football trading profits. This is where I do my live streams and my review preview videos. Yesterday's live stream is up and available for you to have a look at. Another profitable day. You can see the techniques live in action. You don't have to watch the full live stream, but you can work your way through. See if there's something which catches your attention, particularly the placing of any trades. For example, here we're looking at half-time score market. This is how I would work the half-time score market in this particular match. Half-time is a good, useful market to have, particularly for creating a bit of value. And here we've got the Feyenoord Utrecht match, and this was a particularly interesting example as well, because Utrecht took an unexpected 0-2 lead, but we got out with a break even. If you want to see how that was done, come along. Just wait for these screens here. You'll see this is Tamworth and Tottenham laying the very late draw. I think this was an engineered match by Ange Postecoglou. Keep the Tamworth faithful happy for 90 minutes and then do the job in extra time, because there's no replays yet. So he brought on the big guns in the second half. Son, Kulusevski, not the second half, but in extra time. And because there's no replay, they just got the job done there. Kept the Tamworth fans happy. They had a really good day out. And I thought that was a nice gesture of Ange, if it was a deliberate gesture. So work your way through if you want. There's plenty to learn in these live streams. Here's a bit of green here, look. So this is the Lens match. Le Havre took the lead. We did our research at soccerstats.com and we spotted that Lens were looking good. Le Havre tended to concede 2 or 3 goals. It's an absolute ideal match for you to target. It's the kind of match you want one of these a day. You'll make yourself 40, 50 quid with small stakes. It's just perfect, really. So let's see if I can find the profit. Oh, we've got some green turning up here. This is Feyenoord Utrecht. This is a neutral play. If it's 0-0 at half time in a match where you're expecting goals, don't think over 2.5 goals second half. Think over 1.5 goals second half, because all you'll need then is a single goal scored between 46th and about the 75th minute, and you'll make a decent green screen. 1 goal only instead of looking for 3. And wouldn't you know it, the underdog scored the goal. Doesn't matter when you're playing neutral. So there's all these little nuggets in the live streams. If you can come, please do. This was the Feyenoord Utrecht match. We were, I think, cashing out there. And this was problematic because we got to 0-2 for Utrecht. But I didn't panic, Mr. Mannering. You're waiting for that single goal for Feyenoord. And it came, and I got out with a £4 loss. Sometimes you're going to have to take a loss. I know YouTube football trading courses, they win every time. They win all the time. Never, ever make a loss. But that's not living in reality. As you can see, we're facing a losing position here. This was at 0-2. But all it took was a simple Feyenoord goal. If I can find it. And we were up and out of that. So a really good day yesterday. There, this is 1-2. Look at the drop in the loss from £39. It actually went all the way down to £4. I'm just going to take the commentary off. Now, I would recommend you get the bleep out. Take a small loss because it's an 82nd minute 1-2 for Feyenoord, who are the strong favourites. There's that loss there. I've decided to get out. I want the majority of that 39 liability back in my bank. And off we go. We've got the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Boom. There we go. Getting rid of that big loss. That's what it's all about. I'm not sure I can show you the Lons profit just yet. Is this the Lons match? No, this is the Utrecht match. We're out, as you can see. So delighted with that one. Got out of jail. Otherwise, you'd be taking a 40 quid hit, which is your stake. Groningen and Almere, this is laying the late draw. So there's plenty there. So do sign up. youtube.com/@football trading profits. Nice to see a few turning up yesterday as well for the live stream. They made a profit Saturday and Sunday, and that's all we're looking for, is this kind of a match. This is the absolute ideal. Le Havre and Lens. Le Havre scored first. Don't tend to score at home. Are they really going to score a second goal? As Les Dennis would say. Lens, in-play stats looked emphatic. The challenge table looked emphatic. If you don't know what I'm talking about, challenge table, well, come along to a live stream. What I try to do is engineer for members a small loss on the draw, because I want them to stay in case they win, because you'll make triple your money. Fantastic stuff. Toulouse and Strasbourg, arguably 0-2 was the entry point here. Toulouse's in-play stats were okay. They did get that goal again. And that's the only thing you need. It's that single goal to move the market. Paris Saint-Germain, well, very lukewarm win considering the odds, but they got there in the end. Stuttgart did deserve to beat Augsburg. Their in-play stats suggested as much. Leipzig turned up, but they're a very difficult side to read. They got tonked in 2 consecutive matches, conceding 9 goals. You just don't know which one turns up. Well done to Venezia, but they did lose. They lost 1-0 to Napoli, 1-0 to Inter. Very solid side. Genoa and Parma, well, this was flagged up as a snooze fest, 0-0. And it was all a case of who scored. Whoever scored would probably win, as you saw there. Bologna-Roma, this was 2.7, the favourite for both teams. Imponderable, so says the market. Napoli getting 2 goals ahead of Verona, just what you're after. Verona with their underpants logo, fantastic stuff. An own goal and an Anguissa second goal. So keeping it very tight, Verona. That's coming off the back of keeping it very tight against Udinese, where that was a 0-0 as well. So been working defensively, Verona, you could argue. Napoli, lucky to score 2 goals against them. Great to have the Eredivisie back from the winter break. That was a match I was just alluding to live for you. Twente and Willemsvee, 2-2 at half time. Could have laid that 2-2 second half. And Twente scored the goal very quickly in the second half, and you're up and running. 50th minute, boom, penalty. 4-2. You'd have had to get out if you laid the draw at 4-2. That's the absolute ideal opportunity to cash out. Las Palmas and Getafe. Well, it ended over 2.5 goals, but it had 0-0 written all over it. And you saw that for 70 minutes of the match. I wouldn't have laid the draw second half just because there's old Janajaz, the old Manchester United player. So he's still kicking the ball about at Las Palmas. A bit of a fall from grace for him, Adnan Janajaz. So I didn't see that as overs. Atletico Madrid, I'll pass this on to members on Telegram. 79% of Atletico Madrid goals scored at home have come second half. Julian Alvarez, boom. You're in, you're out. Draw odds went up to about 9s. So superb stuff from Athletic. This is where soccerstats.com will pay your bills. That alerted you to Atletico Madrid's goal scoring in the second half. Brilliant stuff. Another great live stream. Thanks to those of you who did attend. Brilliant stuff. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you made a profit. That's what it's all about. That's why I'm there for you. Looking on to today, normally my day off today because I work the weekend. Monza and Fiorentina. Well, Fiorentina have been really going for glory of late. Win-win-win.com. Basically, 1.91 could look quite big at the end of the match. Let's have a soccer stats look at this match because it could give you the key statistical indicators here. I do research for members as well, comprehensive research. This is a little added bonus for those of you watching the video. Only the one win for Monza all season, so automatically on the back foot. They're on a run of 2-1 defeats. So if they do score, are they really going to win? Consistent 2-1 defeats in the last 5 matches. Fiorentina going through a bit of a wobble, most unlike the winning machines that we've seen. 1-0 against Bologna, that was flagged up by the market, but 2.4 the favourite. 1-2 against Udinese, that was a shock. But we did see Moise Kean scoring first, and I thought that would be normal service resumed, but no. 2-2 against Juventus, again, derby-style match. 0-3 to Napoli. So the last 2 matches, no problem at all. But these 2, that one was a bit of a shock. And this one, the market had Fiorentina as an underdog. So they got that one right. So not necessarily cause for alarm if you're a Viola fan, and particularly when you're playing bottom of the league. Look at those clean sheets in all bar 1 against 11th and lower away from home. Monza can't buy a win at home, can't buy a second goal either against the top sides. So if Monza score first, that strong 2-1 loss pattern might emerge today. Goal times, nothing much to talk about, but conceding 67% of goals in the first half, and Fiorentina scoring about 50-50 first and second half. So possibilities Fiorentina could get this done by half time. I've been working on a strategy for first half goals, for laying the draw in the first half, covering the eventuality if it's a 0-0. So I'll be passing that on in my next live stream. It could be something we can implement in almost every match, or at least in matches where we're expecting first half goals. Pisa and Calarese, I think I've done the research for members. Young AZ, young Ajax coming off the back of a winter break in a lower tier league, as Les Dennis would say. Real Sociedad and Villarreal, evens for Real Sociedad. Let's give that one a look. It is one of our elite leagues. So let's go off to soccer stats for that one as well. Do prefer these elite leagues. They're a lot more readable, aren't they? Yellow Submarine, how have they been getting on this season? Let's have a look. Sociedad, well, they've been okay, haven't they, since the 21st of September? Only 3 defeats. But they failed to score in all of those defeats. And in all of those wins, they've kept clean sheets. So both teams to score is not a good option if you're a Real Sociedad trader. Clean sheets, though. 5, 6, 7, 8 clean sheets since the 21st of September. That's their real strength. So look out for that today. Villarreal, well, no win in 5 matches, and then suddenly a big win against Leganes, which was excellent. Coming from behind as well on 2 occasions. And then second half, a little bit of luck. A couple of 90th minute goals just to cement the win for the Yellow Submarine. And that's the 3rd time, though, they've conceded 2 goals away from home consecutively. So they could be vulnerable to Real Sociedad keeping clean sheets. This looks like attack v defence. Conceded in the last 9 away, Yellow Submarine. We're working on down. It's a top 8 clash, so it could arguably be tighter than the market suggests. And Real Sociedad, well, they suddenly start failing to score that second goal against the top 9. So just be careful. Villarreal, an unexpected top 5 placing for them. Superb stuff. 3 of their 4 defeats have come against the top 4, so they'll be fancying it themselves as well. Look at that 2-goal haul away against 6th and lower. So a fascinating match. It really is. But on challenge table form, you're suddenly lurching towards the Yellow Submarine. But on recent form, you're looking at these clean sheets for Real Sociedad. But put those clean sheets into context, and they tend to be occurring more against the bottom half of the table. So on paper, it's the Yellow Submarine who could continue along their merry way unless Sociedad gain some momentum from those clean sheets, but notably against 13th and lower. Second half, last 15 minutes of matches, you see both teams scoring. Villarreal are most vulnerable in the first half. 69% of the goals conceded have come in the first half. So Sociedad will have to strike in the first half if they are to land a blow. You'd think that's where Villarreal are at their most vulnerable. So an interesting match. I've lurched suddenly from the clean sheets of Sociedad to Villarreal's 2+ goals away from home. That looks a little bit of value, doesn't it? I'm not necessarily with that because the clean sheets are coming against 13th and lower, and they're playing top 5 today. Superb season for Villarreal so far. La Liga 2, I've done the research for members, Eldense and Eibar, but it's a 2.63 the favourite match. It's telling you it's a toughie. The special ones, Fenerbahce, are away to Konyaspor. Seeing as we're a little early in the video, let's head on over to Turkey. Have a look at the special one. How's he been getting on in Turkey? Let's go and have a look. Lots of wins, you'll see. We just glimpsed. Only 2 defeats this season have come against the big guns, Galatasaray and Besiktas. It's pretty good stuff from the special one. Scoring and conceding in 5 of the last 6 matches without losing. That could be an angle, particularly with Konyaspor score drawing as well in 3 of the last 5 matches. Where's that second goal for Konyaspor? Well, it did come against Başakşehirspor, but it's very infrequent. So let's work our way down. Conceded in the last 6. So they might need to score 2 goals to win today, Fenerbahce. No defeat in 6 at home as well for Konyaspor. They're going to be far more confident with home advantage. And indeed, well, Eyüpspor, Turkish Yorkshireman. Eyüp, managed by Alan Titchmarsh and Nora Batty. Eyüp, fantastic stuff. Great, top 4. Aye, let's have some Hovis and a cup of Tetley tea bags. Fantastic stuff. Look at that, Eyüpspor. But Konyaspor, well, questionable. I don't know what they're going to do against the top 2. They did beat Samsunspor and Turkish Yorkshireman 2-1. So this is going to be an interesting match. But it tends to be both teams to score without them necessarily winning. But look at this from the special one against 7th and lower. Boom. You've got to solidly favour them on that winning form. Scoring 2+ goals as well in all bar 1 of those matches against 6th and lower. So if Konyaspor score first today, they do look vulnerable to the special one, who's having a good time in Turkey. But they are vulnerable second half. 8 of 10 goals conceded at home come second half. So an interesting match. I think the odds are about right there. So that's the main football today. Normally my day off today, but you never know. I might be up and about. And I might do a live stream tomorrow just for members only for the Premier League and the German Bundesliga. An excellent Tuesday coupon. High quality. 3 solid elite leagues. Very high quality football for a Tuesday night. And then we've got next week the Champions League returning as well. So watch out for the weekend. Some of these Champions League bound sides might underperform at the weekend. Premier League on Wednesday. Premier League, Bundesliga, Serie A returning again. Fantastic coupon, isn't it? New manager for Aston Villa, so just be a little careful with trying to read that match. New manager for Leicester. Likely Palace could teach them a lesson. Newcastle against Wolves looks about right, doesn't it? And Arsenal against Tottenham. It's a local derby, so just be careful. I know Tottenham had a tough match against Tamworth. Now they're heading to Arsenal. In the Bundesliga, newly promoted St. Pauli could be vulnerable, but given a chance by the market, Bayern Munich should teach the Hoff a lesson. Tend to see first half goals in Hoffenheim matches. Stuttgart, good win against Augsburg, 0-1. Well, the favourite against Leipzig, who got 4 goals against Werder Bremen. So interesting match, that one. Werder Bremen themselves, strong favourite against Heidenheim, who took advantage of a red card for their opponents at the weekend to get a couple of wins. And Inter Milan, coming off the back of a 1-0 win at the weekend against Venezia, placing another defensive Bologna. So good stuff. As ever, do make sure that you've subscribed to Football Trading Profits YouTube channel. Have a look at these live streams. They're chock full of solid information and techniques for you, including the winning trades right in front of your eyes. I've got nothing to hide. Sometimes I'll lose, but mostly I will win. This is Bari and Reggiana. We engineered a really solid break-even on laying the draw with a chance at a £90 profit had there been a goal. So I was delighted with this one. This is the Lance profit. Again, I've been picking out about one of these a day. I started with Aston Villa, 55 quid. Bournemouth the next day, about 47 quid. And this one, 29 quid. Add it all together, you're making a nice gain. Don't forget, this is just for small stakes. So imagine if you had a naught to your stakes, you had a naught to your profits, but you had a naught to your losses. So that's why £40 for me, I think, is doable for everyone, really. We try to keep low risk, as you can see here. But this, I'm laying the draw because I've already engineered a profit in another part of the market. So I can aim for that 90 quid. If it doesn't come in, I break even. But if it does come in before the time I create the break even, I've just nailed 95 quid. It's a really exciting technique, this one, for a very small liability. Sometimes we're going to hit it. We're going to hit the nail on the head and nail a big, big profit. Have a great day yourself. I might see members a bit later on, but it is normally my day off on a Monday because I did work for you on Saturday and Sunday. It's another beautiful day in Guernsey. A nice day to head down to the Gulf and a beautiful part of the island, the north of the island. I'm here for another 2 weeks in Guernsey and then off to Thailand, which will be fantastic. Have a great day. I probably going to be seeing members of footballtradingprofits.com on Telegram a bit later. It's a very manageable and high quality couple of matches. We've also got the peripheral matches as well. FA Cup, Millwall against Dagenham and Redbridge. Local derby of sorts. We are Millwall. No one likes us, but we don't care. That's what Keir Starmer sings as well. Nobody likes us, but we don't care. Professional Development League, over 2.5 goals. Highly likely over 2.5 goals. Premier League Cup as well. Greek Super League continues. That produced some good trades yesterday. Serie B, I think I've done the research for members in that one as well. The secondary leagues, well worth following. The Eredivisie, probably 2.5 goals. Watch out for the police playing in Niger. Hello, hello, hello. And then the French police are also playing at 3:15. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. And hello, hello, hello. So you're nicked, son. You're offside, mate. You're nicked. That's a penalty. You're nicked, son. So highly likely the police and the gendarmerie are going to be winning this afternoon. As you've just seen, Fenerbahce look very solid, don't they? Win, win, win all the way against the bottom 2/3 sides. Really solid stuff. And we've got a mixture of Austrians, Danish, because the Danish Super League season will be beginning soon. So prepare for that. Once we get involved in about April onwards. We've got our own leagues. And don't forget, I did give this a mention in the live stream, the Australian Open. If you're interested in tennis trading, I showed you a great example yesterday of what to look out for. I keep missing it because it's up so early. But Novak Djokovic, is he going to be losing the first set? That could be a good angle against Bazavaredi. A 1.01 shot, should be winning 3-love. Nick Kyrgios, don't know what you're going to get with him. Playing Fern Cotton, the BBC presenter. First set, he's an Aussie in Australia, so you've got to give him a nod. Any of these two who lead 2-0 could be layable. 1.8 the favourite, suggesting it's even Stevens. David Goffin has had injury concerns. He's playing bonsai, mate. Stroke, mate. Where's me strides, mate? He's a Frenchman in Australia. Watch out for the Australian players as well. They could surprise. So that makes that a little bit of value. Fernley winning the first set. Hugh Fernley, Whittingstall winning the first set against older Nick Kyrgios with his very silly haircuts. So possibilities, second set, that we could see a response from Nick. You might see a bit of value. It's all dependent on whether he's up for it. He is an Aussie in Australia, so you've got to be up early for these. But don't forget, in April onwards, we've got 3 Grand Slams on European time zones. And this is, I think, tennis trading, something you should think about, because it will see you through during the summer break, when all we've got is leagues like the Republic of Ireland, Finland, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, that kind of thing. We've got Grand Slams, we've got wonderful tennis all the way from Monte Carlo Masters all the way through to September and the US Open. We've got some special techniques for the Grand Slams because it's the best of 5 sets in the males tennis. So you'll be looking at this kind of a thing. A tiebreaker win for an underdog. You either pile in second half or you wait for them to win, to lead 2-1, because the 1.29 will have to win the next set, otherwise he's out. So it's like if you treat this like goals for the underdog, for example. So you've got a 1.2 favourite, 2-1 down. And if he doesn't score the next goal, he's out. So he's going to be a bit of value, 2-1 down. So if you treat these sets as if they were goals, that's how I simplistically work the tennis. You can go as deep into tennis as you'd like at tennis24.com. You've got all of these stats. You can look at the stats from the first set, see if there's any patterns. What I look for is pressurizing the serve. You're looking for a lot of BPs, break points, but as you can see, very solid. But who's been pressured the mostly? The most 40-30s give you an idea of who's getting pressured the most. Not really. It looks like very solid service games in the first set. Just one on a tiebreaker for Francis Tiafoe. 16th against 61st, you would be favouring Tiafoe, wouldn't you? It's like the rankings for the World Cup. You'd be favouring the side with a better ranking. So if this Rinderknech took a 2-1 lead, then that's what we would be looking at. So there's plenty to get involved in. Probably Australian Open, not the best for trading, because you're going to have to be up very early for it. We've just got a smattering of matches now at 9 a.m. But it is something I think you should be focusing on. And I've done some meanderings and writings for you on tennis. Look at this. This is something you look at as well. Sometimes they win the third set after being 2-1 down, 2-0 down, because if they don't, they're out of the tournament. So that's a real pattern you can follow. 2 sets down, Stefanos Tsitsipas wins the next one. He might not win the match, but he has to win the next set to stay in the match. So look out for that. 2-0 or 2-1. Here we've got a 2-1. Must win the next set to stay in the match, but not necessarily win the match. So good stuff. It's coming to the half-hour mark, so I'll say goodbye. I hope to see members on Telegram a little bit later on. Thanks to those of you who attended the live stream. Don't forget youtube.com/@footballtradingprofits. Sign up for your free trial as well, and your Betfair Trading Made Easy course. Sign up today so you get the Premier League research tomorrow.